A little while ago, I had asked for some questions from y'all that I could answer. One of those questions was talking about a deep dive into what a good competitive shooting pistol would be. First off, I want to say that this video is for somebody who's already tried competitive shooting and they found out that they like it and they want to continue doing it, and they're looking for something that's going to help them be a little bit more competitive in the division that they want to be in. That said, if you've never tried competitive shooting, I recommend going out and doing it. Take whatever gun you have, whatever holster you have, and go and try it. They will help find you a division that works for you, and you'll get an opportunity to have some fun, meet some great people, and figure out if shooting competitively is something that's for you. I know a guy who started this year shooting a Hellcat, the original small Hellcat with optics ready, completely ready to go. It was his carry gun for a long time, and he decided he wanted to try competitive shooting, and he went out, tried it, found out that he really likes it, really enjoys it, and wanted to try to find some other guns that might be a little bit more competitive for him, that he can get a little bit more out of. So he tried a few of my guns, he tried a few of other people's guns, and he has finally found something that he likes and enjoys and has made that purchase. But you can start anywhere. Start with something small, something bigger, bring what you got, come out and have some fun. That said, one of the first things that you want to think about is your budget. So you want to be paying attention to how much it is that you have to spend, and think about more than just the gun itself and what you want to spend on the gun. You also need to think about having a holster for it. So every time you get a new gun, you've got to get a new holster, a new way to carry that gun on you. Another thing you might consider when thinking about your budget is magazines and magazine extensions. So you want to make sure that you have enough magazines to be able to get you through a stage or two stages, and have some spare magazines, some practice magazines, stuff like that. And you may want some extensions on there to add a few more rounds into your magazine to help keep you a little bit more competitive in the division that you're going to be in. Once you've figured out your budget and you know how much it is that you're going to be able to spend, whether it's $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, doesn't really matter. The next thing you should be looking for is a full-size pistol. So something that is full-size, it's going to be a little bit bigger. It's going to be easier for you to manage, to learn on, and to become more proficient with. That said, when you're looking at it, one of the things you want to be paying attention to is how well it fits your hand. So it should fit your hand nicely. You should be able to reach the trigger on the gun. That is one of the biggest things. So you want to make sure that you are able to actually reach the trigger and be able to use it and press the trigger straight to the rear without moving the sights. So you don't want to barely have any finger onto the trigger like this. You want to be able to actually get a good, decent amount of finger on that trigger. Whether it's the pad all the way to the first knuckle, it just depends on what works best for you when it comes to pressing that trigger. Something like this has a longer trigger reach, and for me, it's much more difficult for me to get my finger onto that trigger in a way that I'm going to not move the sights. So with this gun, I had to actually get a short reach trigger, something that shortened it up enough to where I can actually get onto the trigger right there. Second thing you want to look at is if you have enough space on the gun to actually get a good grip. So I don't have super big hands, but on a gun like this, where it's small, there's just not a lot of real estate right here for me to be able to get my support hand on there and actually make connection to the pistol. And so this pistol tends to jump a little bit more for me just because I don't have the space on there to make that good connection and stay connected with the pistol itself. most of the connection that I'm doing with my support hand is just on my dominant hand. So you want something that you have that extra space on there. Like this, you can see I've got a lot more space on here. I'm able to actually fill in with my support hand to make a nice, good, solid connection on there. Same with something like this. There's still enough space on there to be able to get my support hand on there good and be able to make and keep a good connection throughout a string of fire. The rest of the controls are not super important. So reaching the magazine release, if you can do that without breaking your firing hand, that's just kind of a bonus. I don't have any guns that I actually own where I can reach the magazine release without breaking my grip. So even on a small gun like this, my finger gets there, but it can't press in to release the magazine without actually breaking my grip on the pistol to be able to press the magazine release. I just have short thumbs, and it's something that you can work through and train and get good at. Your slide release. So right here, in order for you to release the slide like that, that is not something that's super necessary to be able to reach either. Something like a 2011 is going to have it much farther forward and much harder for you to be able to reach that. You can always come up with your support hand as you're making your grip to knock that forward and then build the rest of your grip. But in competitive shooting and even in self-defense, you don't want to run your gun to slide lock. You want to reload when you want to and not when you have to. And that's going to help you be able to keep shooting longer when you need to. After that, you just want to make sure that you enjoy the gun and you like the gun. I've had people come and tell me that they think that they should get a stock Glock and they should learn how to shoot with that and be good with that before they go and get something else. And to me, I don't think that that's super important. The biggest thing that you should do with the pistol is you should like the pistol. Because if you want to get good with a pistol, you need to actually like the pistol and enjoy the pistol and enjoy shooting the pistol. The more that you like it, whether it's just based on the looks, the feel of it, the way that it recoils, the more that you're going to actually use it, and the more that you use it, the better you're going to get with it. So go out there, try some competitive shooting, have some fun, learn some stuff, and hopefully we'll see you on the range.